Hey guys, it's Christina Cimorelli. Welcome to my second channel. You probably know me from my main channel, Cimorelli, which is the band I'm in with my sisters. On the second channel, I talk about things like pregnancy, eventually motherhood, motivational, inspirational stuff, marriage, and life advice. Now, today I'm doing something a little different. Today I am responding to your assumptions about me. Now, I got these from my Instagram, which is linked in the description. If you want to follow me there, I don't really care, but you can if you want. And I'm gonna read them, I'm gonna respond to you guys. So let's jump right in. I have nothing else to say. Guess a quick update is I'm 21 weeks pregnant. I'll show you guys my bump at the end of the video if you want to see. That's kind of all I can think of. So I'm gonna jump into the video, and I just pulled up all of the assumptions. Now, some of you guys were a little rude. You turned an assumption into more of an insult. So I just deleted those. That's what you get if you were rude. You don't get to be in the video. But you know, I kept in some juicy ones, so don't worry. I just didn't keep in the ones who were trying to insult me for the most part. You know, not really my fave thing. So we're gonna jump in right now with the first one. First assumption about me. You are very organized and have natural leadership skills. Yeah, I'm pretty freaking organized. Like, my brain is very organized. I wouldn't say everything physically in my physical world, my house and everything is like the most organized thing, but pretty organized, honestly. My brain is very organized. I have natural leadership skills, yes. I am a natural leader, that is true. And then it got even worse, or better, we could say, because I had 9 younger siblings, and I was born with this personality that's very leadership-minded. And both my parents are firstborn, so you know, it's a lot of things going on. Okay, you are very responsible. Yeah, I am very responsible. If I am in charge of something, I feel very responsible to get that done, make it happen. Like, you can depend on me. You are usually really calm and collected. I'm not sure people in my life would describe me as calm and collected. I don't really think so. Sometimes, but I wouldn't say usually. You don't have a sweet tooth. This is so false that it's ridiculous. I love sugar. Like, I had a real problem, you guys. I've gotten it pretty under control, but like, when I was a teenager, I didn't realize I really had a problem until I started sharing a car with Catherine, the sister right younger than me. And after she drove the car, she was like, why are there so many wrappers in the door? Like, whatever that thing is called, the door, crap, I don't know if that's called, whatever, the door compartment thing. And I was like, because I get like candy and all sorts of things every day, and I eat all the sugary stuff, and I just shove the wrappers there. So then I was like, maybe I should calm down a little bit, you know? And then when I learned more about nutrition and like how many like grams of sugar in a day is like really bad for you, I was like, oh my gosh, I am not treating my body very well. I still love sugar, guys, but I try to do it. I try to be a little more mindful about it. You seem kind of intimidating, but you're actually really nice. Thank you. Well, you're guessing that. According to a lot of people, yes, I am nice, and yes, I am intimidating. I'm not really mean. I mean, I feel bad if I'm mean. I'm really not mean to people. But if someone crosses me, or really crosses like one of my siblings or like a friend, someone I really care about, I can be kind of mean. I can be kind of scary. I can be really scary, actually. You dislike sleeping with socks on. Guys, I know it's a big debate. I'm one of the people who like sleeping with socks on. I like sleeping with socks off. I really don't have a preference. I might lean towards sleeping with socks on. I think people hate that, so sorry. You cherish alone time because you grew up in a house with a big family. No. I don't really cherish alone time. I was weirded out when I got married. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna move into a house with one other person. That is gonna be so weird. Yeah, I really like being around people. Also, I'm an extrovert, and I just really enjoy being around people like most of the time. So I have to like force myself to have alone time. It's important for me to have alone time, but I don't really realize, I don't know, I don't like it that much, but I gotta work on that. You always have a plan. Okay, not true, but I can always come up with a plan like on the spot. I'm great in an emergency situation. I'll be like, okay, let me think for a second. Here's what we're gonna do. I can be really, really calm under pressure, and I can come up with really good plans really quickly. I enjoy like the challenge of having to come up with a good plan last minute. Okay, so kind of true, kind of not. You are very energetic. Yep, that is like one of the #1 comments that I get in my life. Oh, and I have a great honorable mention from my sister, Lauren, and it is just one word: ugly. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren and I have like a whole thing going on where we bully each other. Not real bullying, okay? It's jokes, but that's our dynamic back and forth, because she's actually really like a dominant personality, same as me, because she has this really strong older sister side to her. You might find that strange. I can explain it some other time. But Lauren and I are like the strong older sister vibes. Once again, that might sound really weird, but just trust me, just go with it. You want to have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Wrong. I want to have minimum 4 to 5 children. That's like the minimum. And I don't care how many boys, how many girls. All the combinations are really fun. I don't really care. So, wrong. I assume growing up, you were a second mom to your sisters. In a lot of ways, that's true. Yes, not all the ways, but a lot of ways. You're bossy. Kind of bossy, but I don't really like bossing everyone around all the time. Like if I have a project I'm in charge, I want to lead and do a great job and be a great leader, but I'm not like, you do this, you do that. I do have a bossy side to me, but you know, that word, people have really been like doing away with that word in recent times, and I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm a leader. I don't want to boss people around all day, every day. I got my own life to worry about. I don't want to control everyone else's lives. That is not what I want. You want a big family. Correct. You never DM your fans. Incorrect. Now, I used to DM fans a lot more than I do now because I was a lot younger. I didn't have as much going on in my life, and I didn't have as good boundaries either. I didn't understand because the fan, like influencer, whatever you want to say, relationship is very complicated and confusing, and it's a newer thing. Like it's not a very old thing as far as social media goes. Like this hasn't existed much more than like 10, 15 years, whatever. A lot of these platforms have not been around 10 years. So it's a hard thing to navigate, and it's taken a lot of trial and error, but I do DM fans. I do talk to fans, but I just don't do it like all the time, but I do every day. Every day I respond to someone, at least one person. Some days I respond to a lot of people. Religion is a massive part of your life. True, that is true. I always assume that you have your life like really put together and that you have great interior design skills. No. I do have my life somewhat put together. You know, I'm a work in progress. I'm working on a lot of different things. I do not have it all figured out. I'm figuring things out as I go. So I have, you know, I have a lot of things together. Maybe probably more than your average person, but I don't have it all together, okay? I got plenty of flaws, plenty of things that need a lot of help in my life. Interior design skills, no, not even close. Like really not even close. I mean, you guys should see my room when I was a teenager. Yeah, never mind, I'm not gonna get into it. Everything like good interior design wise in my life is probably because Lauren helped me. That's pretty safe to say. You struggle with mental health. I want to change the wording on that and say I'm growing in a lot of ways when it comes to my mental health. So yes, I have a lot of area for growth in my mental health journey, and I'm growing every day and learning more and getting better every day. So yes, I have a lot of challenges in that area, and I'm really working on it. You have watched all Disney movies, / you're a big fan of Disney. More like Disney Channel. Disney movies in general, you know, I'm not one of those people who's like wearing mouse ears and like, oh my gosh, Disneyland, oh my gosh. this Disney thing, that Disney thing. I'm really, really not one of those people. I know a lot of those people. I have a lot of friends who are those people, but I'm not one of them. You play the guitar, guys. This is one of my biggest regrets. I took guitar lessons when I was a teenager. I was a horrible student. Normally, I am an incredible student. I don't know what happened. Something weird happened. Actually, I did not click with this teacher at all. He was a very strange teacher. He wasn't really that good at teaching, no offense. Normally I thrive in like coach or teacher environments, but no. So I took guitar lessons. I totally flopped, okay? I could play a couple chords, and it's only because I figured out how to do them, and I do them wrong. So I don't play guitar, and it's one of my biggest regrets. I desperately want to play it, but I also really don't want to learn. So I'm kind of stuck. So, you know, that's what I get. You get easily embarrassed. Actually, no. Someone else also said you don't get embarrassed easily. So I got both of these. No, I do not get embarrassed easily. I do a lot of things on like a weekly basis or a daily basis that would be considered very embarrassing to most people, and I do not get embarrassed by them, you know? I really like to laugh at things and laugh at myself. So I think that's why. You are a hothead. You get mad easily. Through most of my life, I would say, yeah, yep. This is something I've been working on though. So I'm actually getting really like good at not getting mad at everything and being more rational, being like, what's really going on here before I go, ah! Okay, like something dramatic happened yesterday, something that would have like made me explode before, and I was like, what? And I laughed a lot, because I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't find it as dramatic as I would have before, and I was like, wow, I made progress. So, you know, I'm like a recovering hothead, maybe. You were very athletic growing up. P.S. Okay, I'm gonna go into their nice message, thank you. Yes, I was very athletic growing up. Before like my little brothers came along, I was the most like interested and into sports. I was very much into sports, and I really liked intense sports like gymnastics. Very, very, very intense sport. I was like moving up really quickly in gymnastics, and I put a lot of effort into it. I tried really hard. I got really strong. I put a lot into conditioning, blah, blah, blah. I really enjoyed sports, a lot of different sports. Yes. You were the one to convince your sisters to start a YouTube channel. Correct. And it was hard, okay? It was not really a thing back then. Like, not that many people were on YouTube, and it was like kind of weird and kind of risky. So I had to do a lot of convincing. They did not think it was gonna work, and they thought it was kind of a dumb idea, so look who's right. You're the most outgoing of your sisters. No. I'm very outgoing. Once again, I'd say more outgoing than the average person, but I think like Amy might be the most outgoing. I think so. You are an ESTJ. That's a Myers-Briggs personality type. And no, very close. I'm an ENTJ. I am not an S. I am an N through and through, okay? I'm not an S. Jealous of a lot of S's aesthetic capabilities though. A lot, not all, but a lot of them. But I'm not an S, I'm an N. You are an Enneagram type 8. That is the Enneagram, another personality thing. Correct, I am a type 8. I'm pretty proud of it. I feel like all type 8s would be proud of it, unless they're, I don't know, if you're not proud of it, are you really an 8? You've never been drunk. True, I do not drink. I have never been drunk. I'm not into alcohol. I'm actually pretty against alcohol. Unpopular opinion. You will be the fun parent. Well, between Nick and I, no, I don't think so. But I also think that we're gonna switch off, because he and I are actually both, it's weird. We're really, I don't know how to explain this, but we're really different, and we're also really similar. I don't know how to put that into words, but I think that we will switch off, because he and I are both very fun loving, but we're also very much like together and kind of like strict in different ways. So I actually think it's gonna be pretty balanced, and we're going to switch off a lot. I think in some couples it's pretty obvious, like one of them is like the fun one and one of them is not the fun one. I don't think that's the case. So I don't think I'm just gonna be the fun one. I'm pretty strict sometimes, but also sometimes I don't really, well, I'll talk about that later, but yeah, Sometimes I'm not that strict at all. You weren't in love with Nick enough to get married young, which that was drawn out, which is why you waited 9 years. Nope. I was very in love with him, but I was really immature. I didn't really know what was going on in relationships, marriage. I mean, I met him when I was 19. So early 20s, it's a wild time. Like, it's a weird time for your brain. I was very immature. I mean, I was learning so much. I was trying different things. I was trying to grow up. I was doing my best, but there's only so much you can do to help yourself mature. Like, you need time and you need experience. So I was really immature and I didn't really understand like what went into marriage, and like I was scared of commitment. I was scared of settling down, but I was very much in love with Nick, and like he is amazing. Like, Nick is such an amazing person. So yeah, it wasn't because I wasn't in love with him. I also kept moving away, so he had to keep moving, and like there was a lot of things going on with him figuring out like, is he going to quit his job, is he gonna move, all this kind of stuff. So it's not because I wasn't in love. You are extremely judgmental of other lifestyle choices. No, I have a very specific, maybe kind of like a hardcore lifestyle of my own, and I don't know if any of my friends share all of my beliefs. So I don't just have friends who believe the same things as me. And actually, a lot of people have told me that they feel so comfortable to tell me things they're really ashamed of, or things they're scared to be judged by others for, about, whatever. I've actually gotten that comment a lot of times, not to brag. So people have told me that I am surprisingly, I guess maybe I come across as judgmental. That's probably understandable, you know? People who are pretty intense kind of do come across that way a lot, I would say. I understand if I come across like that, but I've been told a lot of times I'm not. I would say I'm not. I've had a lot of like really close friends who have like opposite beliefs as me. I didn't judge them. I don't think they're horrible. I don't think that people who don't believe what I believe are bad people or are just all wrong about everything in life. I don't think any of that. I have my own beliefs. I have my own reasons, but I'm not going to sit here judging everyone else because I'm not perfect and that's not my job. I don't want to think about everyone else and everyone else's like shortcomings or everyone else's differences from me or anything like that. I don't want to spend my time judging people. I'm not interested in that. So I would say no. You don't drink alcohol. Said that earlier. True. It's hard for you to take criticism. You don't like to admit flaws. This is a weird one because I really enjoy criticism when it comes to like it's helpful. I really like to grow and I really value the truth. So I do like it sometimes and I do hate it other times where I'm like, oh, that's a hard pill to swallow. But as I've gotten older, I'm getting better and better and better to the point where you can bring me some pretty tough criticisms and I will take them. In the moment, I might not take them too well, but I'm gonna think about them. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be sitting there going, that's true, isn't it? And I'm gonna work on it. I'm not the kind of person who'd be like, that is not true, I'm not thinking about that. I'm gonna think about it because I really value growth and the truth. So you don't like to admit flaws. Actually, I am shockingly good at admitting flaws and I could list out all my flaws for you very easily. Some people think I do it too easily and I've been like, you're way too hard on yourself. That is true. Yeah, that's true. I probably do it too easily. So, you know, I want to know what's going on, but I don't want to be too hard on myself. So I actually got to work on that one. You and your husband fight a lot. Not really. I got a lot of things like you and your husband fight a lot or you and your husband never fight. We definitely don't never fight, but we have like some disagreements about like scheduling and how we spend our time and like how we can get closer and stuff like that. But we don't really fight a lot. We've never had fights where we're like disrespectful or like name calling or anything like that. I would not tolerate that. He would not be allowed to do that. And he wouldn't tolerate it from me either, which is a reason why I love him. But we don't fight that often. We work through things. When we have a problem, we say, what is the problem and what could the solution possibly be? And we work through solutions and we work through a lot of emotional stuff. I'll get into that in another video probably. Yeah, it's long. You get a lot of energy at night. No. No. Absolutely not. Guys, I am such an early bird. Like, I don't know if you understand. I've had a lot of really good times at night, and I've had a lot of fun times with friends, and I've stayed up late and blah, 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 blah. You know, in my teenage years, there was a lot of times where I was going to bed at midnight every night, and for me, that is really late. Some of you, that's not gonna be that late. For me, that was really late. But guys, I love to get in bed 8 o'clock, 7:30, 7. I want to say I've gotten in bed in the 5 o'clock hour a few times in my life, and I am not exaggerating. I love to sleep and just have that peaceful night. I love it. And I love to wake up early. I just naturally wake up early, and I love it. I get so much energy in the morning. I'm such a morning person, okay? Next, you're good at bringing people out of their shell. Yes, I've been told this many times. I am very good. You are stern. All right, so this kind of what I was thinking about earlier when I was thinking about being the fun parent or not. Stern is an interesting word. Sometimes I'm stern, sometimes I'm really not. And I think the reason why is sometimes I really believe in like certain rules going on in situations, and sometimes I don't believe in rules. I don't think certain rules should apply or should be acknowledged at all, you know? So it kind of depends on what we're talking about. I can go from like one side to the other. Sometimes I'm stern. Stern is such a weird word. Sometimes I'm really not. Very critical, but honest. You look like the kind of person who wouldn't lie and would just be truthful. I'm pretty critical, but that doesn't mean I have to tell everyone my criticisms all the time, because that's not always appropriate. You can say things in like a constructive and kind way. It's a good thing if it's helpful. So yeah, I'm pretty critical, but I try to do it in a kind way. I am very honest, sometimes a little too much. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning when to say things and when not to. And yes, I do not like to lie about things, and I really like to just say what the truth is or what I believe the truth to be. That is true. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. Another thing I'm working on. You hold grudges for longer than you should. Not really. Actually, I am very forgiving and very good at letting things go. If you look at my like history with like friends and like romantic relationships, whatever, I've really moved on and let go of a lot of very painful things that have happened to me and people who've really hurt me, and been able to wish them the best. I'm not saying this is a natural thing that came natural to me, that I was just able to do it. No, guys. This took a lot of work. Like, I put a lot of work into myself and into studying and reading and learning about how on earth can I move on from this and not be bitter and resentful and angry forever and hold a giant grudge. I don't like the idea of holding a grudge. I really don't like that. Except, let me give you an exception, okay? When it comes to my siblings, if you cross one of my siblings, if you hurt one of my sibling might be moved on and fine about it. My sibling might still not care and just be like, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. It matters to me. That is a problem, but I don't know if I can ever let go of that, because I have 9 younger siblings. I'm very protective. I don't know how to get over that one. I'm working on that, but I will hold a grudge for a very long time, possibly forever. If you hurt one of my siblings, I have a really hard time letting that go. Okay? You love to read books. Yes, I absolutely love reading. I have spent, I think the most would be like 10 or 11 hours reading on multiple occasions. I really like to read. You don't like wearing makeup. No, sometimes I really, really love wearing makeup. It's really fun to put on. It's really relaxing. And then other times I love not wearing makeup, and I feel amazing going out barefaced. Actually, most of this last year, I have not worn makeup most days, and I really enjoy going out fresh-faced. I really enjoy it. I feel like you played some kind of sport. Yeah, I played a lot of sports growing up. I really enjoyed it. Really competitive, really athletic. I really enjoyed that a lot. I love sports. Except there's a couple sports I did not play and I did not love. Whatever. You have gone through so much stuff with mental health that all you want to do is help people. This is kind of true because yes, I have been through a lot of different stuff, and probably it's just like something about my upbringing and having younger siblings once again, and my personality. Because of the way that I am, I'm so protective. When I think about other, like I think of another young girl going through what I was going through and not having support or a role model to look up to or something like that. And I'm just like, I want to be that for you. I very strongly want that. So I kind of agree with that. You're scary in person. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. A lot of people have told me I am really scary in person, but honestly, there's not much to be scared of because I'm not going to like hurt your feelings if I can avoid it. If I'm aware, I'm not gonna hurt your feelings. Once again, unless you cross my siblings, I'm not gonna hurt your feelings. I'm very sensitive and I feel really, really bad when I hurt someone's feelings. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I did that or said that. You're very hard on yourself. Yes. I am very, very hard on myself and too hard on myself, way too hard on myself. This is something that I have been getting actually a lot better at in the last year. A lot better. Thank goodness. It's not good, you know? You think you're pushing yourself and you're like gonna excel because you're putting so much pressure on yourself, but the opposite happens. You don't swear. Yeah, I don't like, you know, bad language. Once again, I think this is from having 9 younger siblings, which you guys were all requesting me to do a video about what it's like growing up with 9 younger siblings. I have it on my list. I will do that. I'm really excited for that. But being around little kids all the time made me realize, like, when I would say something and then they would repeat everything I said, and they would copy everything I did. So when I would say something that wasn't necessarily appropriate for kids, and then one of my siblings would like say it or do it, I would be like shattered, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just led them astray. I can't believe I just did that. And they did it because they just did it because I did it. So I totally became really aware of what I was saying and doing all the time to make sure that I was comfortable with them copying it. So no, I don't, and that habit has stuck, and I'm gonna keep up with it. You would do anything for your siblings. Pretty freaking true. You're very protective about your sisters. Very protective. I know that annoys them, but I can't help it. I'm the older sister. I really can't. You hate being in the band. No, I love being in the band. Cimorelli, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I love my career. I love our band. I love what I do. I feel so grateful. I absolutely love it. That is very false. You didn't know Nick was the one at first. True. In the very beginning, I was really confused. Once again, guys, I was 19. I was a teenager. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know much about relationships. I didn't know much about myself. And I was very off as far as what makes a good partner and what would make a good husband. I did not know at all. So I had a really different idea of what I wanted, and I wasn't sure about him. I was like, I don't know. He's amazing. I'm so glad I'm with him. You sometimes act braver than you are, so the people you love don't get stressed out because you care. This is 100% true. When you have a lot of people looking up to you and you are like a leader, an older sibling, whatever it is, it's not always fair, but the way you react will like set the tone for other people. So oftentimes I would like push things down and act really brave when I was not feeling brave. Caused some problems for me, but I mean, I don't know if I would change it going back. Maybe I would, there's a few things I would change about it, but yeah, that's true. People thought you were bossy when you were little. Actually, no. People did not. I was not that kid. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about when you're little and there's that kid who's like bossing everyone around and they're like, you do this, you do that. I was not that kid. I remember that kid in all the activities I was in. I was kind of the one standing up to that kid and being like, okay, calm down. Or I was not the one listening to that kid. I'd just be like, okay. I wasn't really that bossy when I was little, surprisingly. I don't know why. Well, that was all the assumptions. That was a lot of assumptions. But you know, when people do these videos, I always wish they'd go through more. So if you watch this whole thing, oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna do the bump date. I'm gonna show you guys my 21-week bump. This will be kind of a weird angle, but I'll do my best. So this is the 21-week bump. Can you see it? Kind of. It's pretty wild. This baby's getting big, guys, and like kicking the crap out of me every night. It's like, it feels really weird. People are asking what does it feel like. It kind of feels like a muscle spasm, and it's like all these weird things are going on, and you're like, what is going on? Or like there's like all these bubbles in your stomach and like keep like popping. That's kind of what it feels like. It's hard to explain. So anyway, subscribe if you guys want to follow my entire pregnancy journey and my life journey in general. You want to learn more about my life, subscribe. You can follow me on my other social media accounts, which are linked down below. And I think next week's video is going to be a video about songwriting, very highly requested. So you can look forward to that. I will see you guys, or you will see me in the next video. Bye.